Welcome to another episode of Alpha Audio. Today we're going to review, or take a look at least, the new Definitive Technology D15 floor standing speaker. Check it out. I don't know for certain if that review was published on the alphaaudio.net website, the English version, but recently we tested at least 8 pairs of bookshelf speakers, and one of them was the Definitive Technology D7. And it was a very, very nice little speaker. Very compact, it measured remarkably well, and it was well behaved in our pretty big listening room. So when Sound United asked us if we would be interested in reviewing the D15, the floor standing big brother of the D7, it didn't take much time to say a yes. Definitive Technology has a very interesting philosophy. The loudspeakers not only have to sound good, but they also have to look good. Well, if you look at this D15, it's a very well built loudspeaker. The cabinet is very solid. The front baffle is made of aluminum, and the aluminum looks great. But the thing is, if you make a loudspeaker pretty compact and work with aluminum and squares, it makes it very difficult to get it well behaved. Because if you would place the tweeter, for example, in the middle of the baffle, you would get some diffraction, and in the end, certain frequencies will cancel out. So that's why they put it to the side. The second one is the mid-range unit, and if you take a look here, you see there's a sort of cone in the middle, and this cone is some sort of a phase plug, and it makes the imaging, at least in this one, of the mid-range a little bit bigger, and the off-axis performance will be better than with a normal cone in the middle. In this case, it only takes the mid-range. It's a 5.25 inch unit, just like the bass. In the D7, it's also the bass unit. It's the mid-low unit. Well, if we go down, we see 2 woofers, 5.25 inch. And if we go all the way down, you see a passive radiator. It's an aluminum passive radiator, and you have one on both sides. Of course, the passive radiator is to extend the low frequencies and make it more powerful, and it takes place instead of a bass reflex pipe. And Definitive Technology says, bass reflex, it has all kinds of problems and resonances, and it just doesn't sound that good. Well, both technologies have their issues. If you look at the specifications of this D15, it goes to around 45 Hz. That's not pretty deep. Our Vocal Sopra 1, for example, has the same extension. But the bass is very tight and nice. So it makes some sense to choose a passive radiator over a bass reflex system. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. But when we first connected this loudspeaker to our reference system, it sounded very airy, light-footed, good staging, very good staging, and the bass was tight and detailed. So, their design philosophy does have advantages, let's put it that way. In the Netherlands, this pair will set you back around €3,000. That's a lot of money, and the price gap between the D7 and the D15 is pretty large. But if you look at it, this system is around 3 times as big. So 3 times around €300 is €900, but you need to take care extra of the internal bracing. The front baffle is a lot bigger. You have some passive radiators. You have 2 extra woofers. So if you take that all in account, the price gap is big, but you can explain it. Like we started, if you're looking for a budget floor standing series, well, the D15 might be a little bit too expensive. but it's a very good speaker. And we can explain the price difference between a D7, which sets you back around 600 euros, and this one, which sets you back around 3,000 euros. But, you know, maybe if you go for a home cinema system, you can start out with a D7, save for a pair of D15s, and in a later stadium, your D7 will go to the back. I don't know, it's something you could think about. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we hope to see you soon.